Hello students, welcome to your computer classroom. So I hope all of you are doing good. In the previous class we were discussing about some QBasic program. So let us see those programs once again and then we will move to the next topic. So we have seen and that about these programs of QBasic, in which the first program was that if you want to enter two numbers, clear, and these two numbers will be used for finding the sum, difference and product, clear. So for this we have written the input, use the input command. So using the input command the two numbers were entered, that is n1 and n2, and then we have used the different variables for storing these and the different mathematical operators as we study in the maths also. Like for addition we have used the plus symbol, for difference we have used the minus, for the product we use this star symbol. Okay, so this sum, difference and product were calculated and then the same was printed using the print command. Okay, so all of these n1 and n2, these are the numeric values. Because of this these variables don't have dollar sign, clear. Then the same was written here and we have got the output. So if we see the output of this, let us come to the software window. So here if we open our program, which was, so this was the program which we have written. So whatever the number we want to input, so for that we have used the a and b or any of the variable can be chosen. So we have written x and y. Okay, then this is stored in sum, difference and product. These are the three variables. So using the mathematical operators plus, minus and star is the symbol which is used for multiplication. Okay, then this is the print. Let us now run this program and see what will be the output. So if I run this program, it takes few seconds to run the program, then it will display the output to us. So here you can see at the status bar also that it is writing creating exe file or starting program. So here is the output screen. So first line we have written enter the first number. So let us give any number. So suppose I am writing 5. Then enter the second number. If I write 8, okay, then press the enter key. So here these are the output of these. Like the sum of the number is 13. The difference of the number is, as the first number was less and another number was more, so we have written in the difference x minus y. So 5 minus 8, it will become minus 3. That's why you can see the output here is minus 3. Okay, then the product is 8 into 5, this is 40. So the same values which we have stored in sum, difference and product, the same we are getting in the output. Okay, and the message which we have written in the double quotes, that is sum of number, difference of numbers and product of numbers. So this print statement is written in double quote, the same message is printed here. I hope this is clear. Let us erase this and come to the book once again. So this was the first program. Then the second program is, if we want to calculate the cost price and selling price of an item, clear. Using the cost price and selling price we can calculate the profit. So for that we have used the two variables, that is CP and SP, and before that whatever the name of the item which you want to save, so for that we have written n dollar. So this name is a string, so you can notice in the first variable we have written dollar symbol, and in the CP and SP at these are the numeric values, means numbers, so we have not written dollar. Clear. So first name में हम क्या save कर रहे हैं, we are saving the name of any item, so that is why we have used the dollar symbol with that. And with the CP and SP, that is cost price and selling price, these are the numbers, that why we have not used the dollar symbol. Then in the fourth line we have calculated the profit, which is selling minus cost price, clear, then we get the profit. So this also we have already run this program. Now the third program which we have seen is, if we want to find the area of a rectangle, clear. So for that we have taken two uh, variables, that is length and breadth. So the message which you want to print, this can be written in the double quotes, and after that the variable. So this will give you the message, the same message, and after that the question mark, where you will give the, here you can see in the output screen also that there is the message like enter the length, then whatever the length you want to give, that is 1590. Clear? So this way any of the length and breadth size can be given. Then the area which is calculated is length into breadth. Clear? So we have multiplied these two variables, and in the fourth line we have used the print command. So this will give the output which is area. So we have stored the area in the variable name area. So the same we have used here. So the message will be printed, the area is, then the value of that variable where we have stored this area. Clear? So this way the area is obtained here in the output screen also. So these were the three programs which we have done in the previous class also. Now the next is use of colon. Okay, so we can use the colon in the program as a separator which will you can say which will print two statements in a single line. So let us read this. So by using the colon as a separator, two or more statement can be combined in a single line. So if we'll use colon in between, you can see we have written let a is equal to 30, let b is equal to 20. So this way two statement can be written in a single line. Okay, so let us write this, and in the second line also you can see that it is written print a plus b, then colon print a into b. Let us write this program in our software also and see what will be the output. So if I come to the QBasic, now click on a new and let us write the program. So first is we are using here the let command. Let command is used to assign a value to a variable. For example, if I am writing let a is equal to, suppose I am writing 5. Okay, then we are using the colon symbol to write two values, two statements together. So here suppose I am writing let b is equal to 6. Clear? So this way we have written two statement in a single line. So in the first statement we have assigned 5 value to variable a. Then let us print this. So if you want to print, we use the print statement, then print, suppose we want the sum of these. So a plus b. Okay, so a plus b, these are the sum of the numbers. Then in the second statement, if you want to print the product of these, so write print a into b. Okay, so for into we use the star symbol. So here we have again using the colon we have written two statement, that is print a plus b and print a into b. Then in the third line, if you want to print some characters, so we can use the double quotes. In the double quotes you can write any of the characters. Suppose I am writing star. Clear? Then press the enter and write the end command at the last. So try to understand these lines first. So in the first line we have assigned any value to a variable. Clear? So in variable a we have assigned 5, in variable b we have assigned 6. So this is the use of let command. Clear? In the program, in the while defining different statements and commands in the QBasic, we have seen that let command is used to assign any value to any of the variable. Clear? So here the value 5 is assigned to variable a and value 6 is assigned to variable b. Okay, so these two statement is combined together using the colon in between. If you want to write in two separate lines, that also can be done, but if you want that the same should be written in a single line, so for that we can use the colon in between. Okay, then in the same way also we have used the a and b variable to find the sum, and then the product using the star operator, that is the multiplication operator. And here also in between we have used the colon for separating these two. Then in the third line we have printed some whatever the symbol or character you want to print. This can be printed using the double quotes. Now try to run this program and see what will be the output. So for running we can press F5 or we can go to this run menu. Now let us see what will be the output of this. So here it is writing the starting program. Now we will get this. So here you can see in the first line we have taken A and B. That was only the numbers were stored in variable A and B. In the second line we have written A plus B and A into B. So A plus B is 5 into 6, that is 11, and A into B is 5 into 6, that is 30. Clear? And after that we have printed the star. So the same is printed here. I hope this is clear. So using the semicolon, using the colon symbol, we can combine two statement or more than two also. If we will write further colon, we can write more statements after two as well. Clear? So I hope this is clear. So the colon symbol, let us come to the book. So the colon symbol is used for combining two or more statement in a single line. Here it is written the same. So the same output we have seen. So whatever is the sum of these two variables which we want. So here in the book the example is 30 and 20. In our case we have whatever the number you want to give assigned to these variables, that can be done. Okay. Now this way the explanation part is over. Now as I said that you will try to do few of the exercise questions by yourself. So I hope you have tried to do these few questions, the exercise questions. Let us try to discuss these questions now. So first is the page number is page number 59. So first question is, basic language was developed in year. So what is the answer of this? Basic language was developed in, it is given also in initial pages of this chapter. So let me show you. If we go to page number 49, so here you can see the basic was developed in year 1963. Clear? The basic language was designed by John Kameny and Thomas Kurgan, year 1963. So the answer of this question will become 1963. Okay, let us come again to the page. So the first answer is 1963. So answer is 1963. Then second question is, the operators are used to compare two values of the same type. So we have seen there are various operators. So the operators which are used for comparing, like greater than, less than greater than, equal to, so these all operators are called as comparison operators. Comparison operators, or also we say them as a relational operators, which are used for you can say which are used for comparing the values, for making you can say the different symbols like equal to, greater than, less than. So these are all called as relational operators. Okay, so the answer of the second question is relational operator. Then question number third, let us erase this. Question number third is a data value that does not change during the execution of a program. So what is this? It is talking about the value which does not change. So we know that variable is something which change. Okay, then the second option is constant and the third is character. So character, we know that the single alphabet which we write and the group of characters is called a string. So here the answer will be constant. Clear? So any of the value, the data value which does not change during the program execution, they are called as constant. Okay, then question number D. Question number D is the statement used to display the output of the screen. Clear? So which statement is used to display the output of the screen? Input? No. Input is used for taking the input from the user. Then let we have just seen that let is used for assigning any value to any variable. For example, let a is equal to 5. So this will save the value 5 in any variable a. Next, the third is print. Clear? So the print statement is used to display the output on the screen. So the answer of this is print statement. Okay. Then question number E. In print command, the message is closed in print command, the message is closed in double quotes, semicolons or single quotes. So we have seen any of the print command. If we come to the previous pages also, we can see that whatever the print statement we are writing, clear? So any of the print statement, if there is a string, so we are writing this string in the double quotes. Here you can see also that the star is written in the double quotes, then here the message, the area is clear. So this way, whatever the statement which we want to be written with the print command, so they are written in the double quotes. Clear? So the answer is double quotes. Okay. Then question number F. Running a program to get the output is called. Clear? So running a program to get the output. So here we use the run command, but this way of running any program to get the output is called as execution. Clear? So the answer of this question is program execution. I hope this is clear. So we have written all of the answers. So you can let us wait for a moment, write all the answers together, or you can take a screenshot of this. Okay, so let us wait for few seconds. Let us wait for few seconds for so that you can write the all of the objective answers. Okay, next is, so I hope you have written. So next is filling the blanks question. So if we come to the filling the blanks question, these are the questions which easily you can write from the book also. So first is basic was developed by, so there were two names who has developed the basic, we have just seen on page number 49. So if we come to page number 49, we can see the answer here. So let us come to page number 49. So here you can see the two names which are the persons who has developed the basic. So these are John Kameny and Thomas Kurtz. Clear? So I hope you have written this. The two persons who have written who have developed the basic are John Kameny and Thomas Kurtz. Clear? So write these names, John Kameny and Thomas Kurtz. So let me show the page where I have written the answers for you. You can write from there also. So here is the first question, which is the basic was developed by, so the answer is John Kameny and Thomas Kurtz. Then the Q basic stands for. So what is the answer of this question? The Q basic stand for, it is quick beginners all purpose symbolic instruction code. Clear? It is symbolic. Let us correct this. Okay, so the answer is quick beginners all purpose symbolic instruction code. So each of these you can see that the Q, B, A, S, I, C, so these abbreviations are derived from the first letter of all these words. So we can write all of the words, the first letters with capital. Clear? Next, the question number C, which is the command is used to clear the previous output on the output screen. So we have seen also that the CLS command is used to clear the output on the output screen. So whatever the program which we are running if there is some output on the output screen. So if you want to erase that output, we can use the CLS command. Clear? So CLS command is used for clearing the screen. Next is question number D. So D is the statement is non-executable statement. So which statement is non-executable? Non-executable means the statement which will not run. Clear? So that is written only for the reference of the person who is writing the program. So the statement is rem command. Clear? So this rem command is used for writing the remark on any of the program. So if you want to you can say, if you want to give a basic introduction of the program, so that any person who is uh, watching the program, who is writing the program, he may be able to understand that this program, what is the purpose of this program. So using this we can give any title or some general instructions. So this is the non-executable statement. The answer is rem command. Then question number E is QBasic was released by. So the QBasic was released by the Microsoft in which year? In 1991. Okay. So BASIC was developed in 1963 by John Camney and Thomas Kurtz, but the QBasic, which is a type of BASIC, this was released in year 1991, and this was released by the company Microsoft. Okay. Then question number F, the values given by the dash cannot be changed at the time of execution. Clear? So what are the values which cannot be changed? The values which cannot be changed, they are called as constant. Okay. So the answer of this question, that is question number F, is constant. So the values given by the constant cannot be changed at the time of execution. Okay. Then question number G, that blank stand for remark. So what is the command which stands for remark? It is rem command. We have seen also that rem command is the non-executable statement which is used for writing the remark. Okay. Then question number H, the statement is used to terminate the program. So which statement is used to terminate the program? It is the end statement. Okay. So end statement is used for terminating any of the program. So at the end of the program, generally we write the end command to end or terminate the program. Okay. So this was the filling the blanks question. So take a screenshot of this. All of the answers are together. You can write the answers, or we can wait for a moment. So this way the filling the blanks and objective questions we have completed. Now coming to the question next, I hope we have written. So let us come to the next question. So next question is true and false question. Let us see these questions now. So first question is QBasic is a version of BASIC. So it is correct? Yes, it is correct. We all know that the BASIC is of different types. Clear? If we see in the book also, it is given here in the initial pages. We can see that the BASIC is of different types like GW Basic, Power Basic, QBasic. Clear? So these are all the types of or the versions of the BASIC. The same here it is given that the BASIC is a version of QBasic is a version of BASIC. So this statement is true. Then question number B is BASIC is a word processor. So what is the meaning of word processor? Word processor are those softwares, in the previous chapter also we have seen that MS Word we were reading about. So MS Word is a type of word processor software where we can you can say we can write something, we can edit, modify, the different word related activities can be done. Clear? We can write prepare some letter, memos, clear, greeting cards. So these are all the feature of word processor software. So can we do all these things with the BASIC? No, BASIC is used for writing programs. Clear? So that is why BASIC is not a word processor. So this statement is a false statement. So the answer is false. Then question number C, that basic programs automatically check syntaxes. So we know that what is the meaning of syntax? Syntax means the rules according to which the programs are written. Like in the QBasic we have seen sometimes we use the dollar symbol with the variables, sometimes we don't use the dollar symbol, then the bracket we are writing some statement in the double quotes. Clear? So these are all the different rules according to which only the program will run. So if you will not write these syntax correctly, the program will give you a error message. Clear? So this is why the basic automatically checks these syntaxes. Clear? So the statement is true, that the basic program checks these syntaxes automatically. Okay, then question D. Question D is, a single command is called a statement. So it is true? Yes, it is true. Whatever the command like ram command, print command, input command, let command, so all of these commands which we are using in the QBasic, these are called as statement also. Okay. Now question number E, the relational operator. Let us read the question number E. The relational operators are used to compare two values of the same type. So we have seen in the previous questions also. So suppose there are various values like 2 and 5. If we want to compare these numbers, so we can use various comparison operators like greater than, less than, equal to. Clear? So these all operators using which we compare the things, they are called the relational operator. So the statement is here also that the relational operators are used to compare the two values of the same type. So the statement is true. I hope you have written this. So together all of the answers are there. You can take a screenshot or we can wait for a moment so that you can write. So write all the answers which is given here. Okay, so I hope you have written. Now question number 4 is short answer questions. So short answer question, the first question is, give the full form of basic. So what is the full form of basic? You can see in the page number 49 of the book also it is given. So if you come to the book on page number 49, let us erase these first. So what is the full form of basic? Here you can see in the beginning of the chapter on page number 49 that the basic stand for beginners all purpose symbolic instruction code. Okay, let me erase this. Let us write it once again. So the full form is beginners all purpose symbolic instruction code. Clear? So this is the answer of the question number 4th A. Clear? So these are very short answers, we can directly write. So full form of basic we have written. Then who developed the basic language and when? Clear? So this is also given on the same page. Who has developed this basic? So the basic was developed by John Kameny and Thomas Courage. You can write the answer from here, that basic was developed by John Kameny and Thomas Courage in year 1763. So this is the previous was the answer A and this is the answer B. Clear? 4th A and 4th B. So this way we have written the two answers of short answer type questions. Okay, then question number C is, name the part of QBasic window. So what are the different parts of the QBasic window? Here we can see these are the different parts of the QBasic window. So only we have to write the names. Clear? So the QBasic window has menu bar, program window, immediate window, and status bar. Clear? So only write the names that the QBasic, the question was the QBasic window. So the different parts of the QBasic window are menu bar, program window, immediate window, and status bar. Here you can see also the menu bar is at the top one, the program window is the area where we write the program, immediate window which is present below this, and status bar. So you can write these four names only. Clear? So these are the parts of the QBasic window. I hope you will write only the names. So this is the answer of fourth C. Okay. Now after this we will continue in the next class. Then we will do the remaining questions and also see the long answer type questions. Okay. So till then complete all the question we have discussed today. The exercise like true false, filling the blanks, and objective type questions. Okay. So complete this and let us meet in the next class. Thank you everyone.